He's right. You're wrong. Tom's right. There's a way. That's why optics matter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Houston Texans in today's video. You just heard Tom Brady call CJ Stroud a great leader, a great teammate, and I think TB12 knows a thing or two about great quarterbacks. Nico Collins can't wait for the Texans to unleash this offense after adding Stephon Diggs. He said the sky's the limit for us. He said the offense is going to be real dangerous. You got a freaking stud in Danielle Hunter on the defense to pair up with Will Anderson Jr. You got your coach, you got your guy. The Houston Texans are in such a great spot. They're Super Bowl contenders, folks. They're immediate Super Bowl contenders. CJ Stroud threw for 4,108 yards and 23 touchdowns with only 5 interceptions during his rookie season. He led the Texans to a surprise AFC divisional round. And you're coming into this year with Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon added to your offense, hopefully a fully healthy, same as last year, Tank Dell. And if CJ Stroud takes any type of leap in his second year, the Houston Texans are Super Bowl contenders for years to come. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Texans offseason. We're going to start it off with the draft. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you guys want more Texans videos, let me know down below. But let's try and get this video to 250 likes. That would mean the world to me. So CJ Stroud, Tom Brady was just talking about it. We talked and we harped on it all offseason thus far. We talked about it all year last year. The maturity, the accountability, the humility, the leadership. CJ Stroud is the perfect example of what you want in your franchise quarterback. And, Houston, obviously trading away your first round pick this season, you had a couple of seconds. There's not too many pressing needs. Really the only need or concern I have is the cornerback room, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But in the meantime, let's get into the draft. So round 2, pick 42 overall, Kamari Lassiter, cornerback out of Georgia. Folks, this dude's a literal stud. He is so physical. He is perfect for DeMeco Ryans' defense, like literally just perfect for his demeanor, his physicality. Like, the dude is that legit. He was second team all SEC in 2023 after finishing the year with 8 pass breakups, and he's known for having good cover skills, and he's known for his physicality. So the Texans let Steven Nelson walk this past offseason, but you did sign 2 former top 10 picks from 2020's draft in Jeff Okudah and CJ Henderson, but these are just 1-year deals. So and keep in mind, this is both Jeff Okudah and CJ Henderson's 3rd team in the last 5 seasons. So long-term, Lassiter is certainly your option. Like 100%, he's going to be your option. As it stands right now, I think Jeff Okudah is, I think there's definitely something there. But you've got Derek Stingley, right, as your main cornerback, your star cornerback. So I think Lassiter is going to come in day one and win the job. But Jeff Okudah, CJ Henderson, if they can give him a run for his money, those guys are penciled in as starters right now. But it's really anyone's guess on who's going to be starting cornerback too. But I think Kamari Lassiter can play the nickel. I think he can line up next to Stingley or on the other side of Stingley. I think he can, hold his own with these couple-year veteran guys in CJ Henderson and Jeff Okudah. So Kamari Lassiter, absolute steal, absolute stud, probably my favorite pick in Houston's draft. Round 2, pick 59, Blake Fisher, offensive tackle out of Notre Dame. He's versatile. He played his college career. I am a biased Notre Dame fan, but he played both left and right tackle. Keep in mind, the Texans' offensive line's set. Their tackles are especially set with Laramie Tunsil and Titus Howard, but you need depth. Right, that would be probably concern number 2 for me. But this with Texans, outside of cornerback room, but I think Blake Fisher is the perfect depth tackle in round 2. So keep in mind, they only have 5 total players at the tackle position. And if Howard and Tunsil miss games, which they both did in 2023, well, now you've got a talented backup to hold it down, right? So love the pick right there. It's sneaky, but when one of those 2 guys at the tackle spots get injured, you'll definitely be hearing Blake Fisher's name a lot. Round 378, this is really close to my favorite pick for Houston. Kalen Bullock, safety out of USC. So the safety room, the defensive back room, or the secondary room in general has some question marks, right? Jimmy Ward, 2023 season ended on the injured reserve list with a quad injury, and he's also entering the last year of his deal, turns 33 in July as well. You want to add competition to Jalen Petre because he regressed in year 2. 0 interceptions after having 5 as a rookie. And so this just adds more competition to that room. He had 9 interceptions in his college career. So Petre and Ward combined for just 1 interception last year. So you just added a player capable of taking the ball away and forcing turnovers and wrecking havoc in the secondary. And he could certainly push Petre for a starting role. Jimmy Ward is, once again turning 33 in July. But I do think this will be more of a next year move. They're making a bunch of moves for next year and the years to come because their defense, their roster in general, even though they went from a 3-win team to a 10-win team, their roster looks really freaking good. We'll finally end it here round 4, 123. Cade Stover, tight end out of Ohio State. So CJ Stroud reunited, former quarterback for Cade Stover. Finished his career in college with just a little over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. He was first team All Big Ten in 2023. But you just re-signed Dalton Schultz, and you do have former 2021 draft pick Brevin Jordan, impending free agent next offseason. So, could be a contributor in year 2 once again, but I think he's actually going to have a pretty decent impact this upcoming year, especially with this connection with CJ Stroud. So you got Dalton Schultz, Brevin Jordan, and now Cade Stover at your tight end spot. You're looking good for short-term and long-term. So, Houston, once again, not too many pressing needs. The only, kind of not even needs I'm looking at, but concerns I have are with the defensive back room, specifically cornerback number 2. But once again, I really think Kamari Lassiter can be a day 1 starter, day 1 contributor. Anyways, Houston offseason headlined the Stephon Diggs trade, the Danielle Hunter pickup. Guys, this defense is loaded, and it wasn't just that. That's what's crazy about it is, Stephon Diggs, Danielle Hunter were great moves, like phenomenal moves, A+ moves. But you also picked up guys like Danico Autry. You picked up Azeez Al-Shaair, who we've talked about time and time again on this channel all off season. They made a bunch of great sneaky moves to really just fill out this defense because you did lose guys like Blake Cashman and Jonathan Greenard to 1-year rentals last year. But this defense, outside of Danielle Hunter, man, don't sleep on that Danico Autry. That defensive line's looking unbelievable with Will Anderson Jr., Danico Autry, and Danielle Hunter, Christian Harris, Azeez Al-Shaair at the linebacker spot, Derek Stingley, the stud. The defense, which was close, pretty much top 10 last year, is going to be only better, and they're going to be closer to 5 than they are 10 this upcoming season. So altogether, man, it's hard to not feel really good about Houston because you got your franchise QB and CJ Stroud. And that's pretty much all I got, man. I'd give it an A+ offseason. I'd give him a great grade in the draft, even though I didn't have a round or a day 1 pick, round 1 selection. And yeah, that's it for me. So hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you guys want more Texans videos, let me know down below. But as it stands on paper, folks, give me a win-loss record projection on paper as it stands right now for Houston in this upcoming NFL season. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you soon.